Perfect, we're live. Lovely. We're just going to wait for a few more people to jump on, as Instagram tells all of our followers that we are now live. And then we'll start the live. I can see Hadlow Floristry has joined and clicked on the live, which is amazing. And our lovely guest speaker as well, one of our alumni, has just asked to come on live with us as well. Wow, there's loads of you coming on today. This is going to be amazing. I can feel it. So we've got quite a few of you watching now. So I'm just going to be talking around floristry courses that we do here at Hadlow. Okay, so this is all going to be to do with Hadlow College and our floristry courses. We're going to be talking with Ronnie, one of our floristry lecturers, as well as Hattie, one of our alumni. So I'll get them to tell you a little bit more about their experiences and a bit more information around the floristry course side of things. But just a little bit about Hadlow in general. We're obviously a further and higher education college, for those of you that don't know. So all our courses are for those that are 16 and above. We do things like floristry, obviously, animal management, equine, horticulture. So we are land-based college, Kent's only specialist land-based college as well. Okay, and we've just recently had our open events, but we will be hosting another one in January the 29th. So it will be a open morning on the 29th of January, 10 till 1, and you will be able to pre-register on the website from the end of December as well. That will be live for pre-registration, and that goes for any courses that you guys are interested in. We have actually two sites. So we've got one that's based in Hadlow, obviously, which is a bus journey from Tunbridge Station for those that you don't know. And that's all of our animal management, floristry, horticulture, fisheries, agricultural engineering, agriculture, so on and so forth. And then we have one on Shooters Hill, which is in Greenwich, and that is solely equine. So only equestrian studies is based there, just for those of you that don't know. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to bring on Ronnie first. I'm not sure the request has come in yet, so I'll have to add that manually in a second, which is not a problem. And then we're going to come on and we're going to speak to Hattie, our alumni, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her experience. If you have any questions for Ronnie or Hattie throughout, then please feel free to pop them in the comments. That's not a problem. If you're not too sure about popping them in the comments, that's absolutely fine. You could just DM us, directly DM us, and we'll get back to you with anything that you want to know, basically. One of the big things as well is if you know that you want to study here at Hadlow, you are more than welcome to make an application today. Their applications are pretty much open until the end of July time. And before we obviously go into the next academic year. So you are more than welcome to go onto the website. If you know exactly what you want to do, you can make that application today. That is not a problem at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite Hattie, which is Ronnie, one of our lecturers, to come and join me. Oh, perfect. Hi, Ronnie.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Yeah, you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. I'm excited to hear about all the wonders of floristry. So let's get down to it. One of the first things is kind of what floristry courses do you offer, and I guess the levels really as well.
Yeah, so at the moment we've got level 2 and 3, and they're City and Guilds technical qualifications. So you have an exam at the end. So there's no assignment work with those ones, with the technical. So yeah, as we have level 2, level 3. So to do our level 3, you have to have done the level 2. It's a bit different from other courses in that respect. And to do the level 2, you need to have 3 to 4 GCSEs that include English or maths at a grade sort of 3 or 4.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You have to start
is
at
there
level 1,
kind of any?
Which for us, our pathway is to level 1 horticulture.
Okay, sorry, Ronnie. I cut in front of you there, I think, because I think the connection was a little bit dodgy. So apologies for that. in terms of in terms of the progression, what would be the progression, obviously, from through, I assume, through the levels, and as well after you kind of complete all the levels?
Yeah, so really for us, well, we're hoping to get level 4 running in September. So that would be the next level from level 3. And, you know, there is a level 5 as well. And then, for, you know, there is a master's you can go and do in Holland. We haven't, you know, that would
Oh,
be
wow.
amazing. But yeah. So, yeah, I mean, level 4, then level 5 would be the next stages.
Okay, perfect. And do most of your students, so do you offer, I didn't quite catch it because there was a bit of a dodgy connection. So you offer a level 3 and a level 2 and 1?
That's right.
Yeah. So,
Level 2, level
oh gosh,
3, and then
oh,
level 1 horticulture if you haven't got the grades to get onto the level 2.
Floristry. Okay, perfect. And do a lot of the students kind of just naturally progress through those levels, I'm assuming?
Yeah, as long as they pass the course, then yes, they just naturally step up. Yeah.
Oh,
And as I said, you know, you can't just jump straight onto level 3. You have to have done level
yeah.
2 first, because it's the practical skill that you have to have that basic practical knowledge to move up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So also one of my questions is just around part-time courses as well, and if you guys offer them.
Yeah, and we do some really good part-time ones. We have 10-week courses starting in January. We'll have sustainability, so looking at moving away from plastic and foam, which is obviously really, you know, really popular at the moment. And obviously, we need to be thinking more environmentally. And as a department, we do try and do that a lot. We use the biofoam now with everything, try and reduce the amount of cellophane we use and all that kind of thing. We also have the introduction to floristry. That will be the spring offer coming up. We also
Yeah.
have an NCFE, which is 1 day a week for 20 weeks. It is a career change, but can't quite commit to, say, the 3 days of a full-time course. But also just as a leisure course as well, and you get a qualification with that, so that's quite nice. It's a level 2 NCFE, creative craft and floristry.
Perfect.
We also have our Christmas workshops. So we've got some more of those happening on the 10th and the 17th of December. And we also have a free Zoom demonstration on Thursday the 16th, where we'll be demoing a sustainable door ring. So that's a good one. So if you're a bit interested, that's a nice one just to dip into, to have a look what floristry is all about.
Lovely, perfect. So you mentioned about the Christmas workshops. Are they kind of like wreath making, or is there anything else like that?
So we've got the wreath making on the 10th, and then on the 17th, it's a garland and a small table arrangement. So it gives you a nice sort of mix of designs.
Very nice. Perfect time of year as well. Do
Yeah,
people go
definitely.
on the website and they can apply kind of for that course or that little short course through the website?
Yeah, through the website, apply online. If they have any trouble with that, they can always email myself, Veronica Harmer at northkent.ac.uk, and I can chase that up. But yeah, the website is the place to start.
Lovely, thank you very much. So we've kind of mentioned about entry requirements, the levels, kind of the progression, all the little extra short courses that we offer. But what are kind of the skills, the knowledge, what are the students actually going to kind of gain from the course for when they leave?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 50-50 sort of practical, but we also do the theory as well. So we do a lot of art and design sort of source of inspiration, colour, all that kind of thing, obviously, and then customer service, you know, the commercial. We really are, you know, very focused on that commercial viability of design work. So we look at the costings, do all sorts of design work, sort of bridal, wedding, funeral, but also gift work and event work as well. So they get a really good overview, and we really focus on, you know, making things that when they go out into industry, into the shop, it's the kind of designs that, you know, they'll be looking to make.
Perfect, thank you. So in terms of kind of, you've given an overview of what they could gain from it, but what do you think the students really enjoy most? Is there like a particular unit or anything like that? Maybe even what you enjoy most, to be honest.
Well, I think all florists, it's the practical, isn't it? It's getting, you know, getting your hands on, doing the practical. So yeah, they really enjoy that. And you know, we do different events when we can get a chance to, like last summer with the open day, we decorated all around Broadview Garden and got the chance to do big design work like pedestals and archways and, you know, all sorts of nice big work, which was a little bit different to the thing in the classroom. So yeah, and now with, well, hopefully restrictions lifting, like this week we went to a wholesaler in Ashford, Southeast Flowers, and that was great for them to see a working wholesale business. So we, you know, trying to get the trips going again and all that kind of thing. So it keeps it all, you know, lots of interest, which is good.
Yeah, the extra opportunities kind of thing that they can get to grips with.
Yeah,
Basically.
I mean, yeah, you know, we've done, you know, obviously trips to Chelsea, Hampton Court, and, you know, a couple of years back it was trips to Holland, you know, so again, it's just, we're trying to build all that back up again, like everyone else, just trying to get back to normal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, obviously you spoke about all the courses, what we offer, what they're all about. But how do people apply for these courses?
So again, you can apply online, or you can go to our open day, because we'll have a floristry tutor there, so you can talk directly to us to sort of see, you know, which course that route is the best for you. Again, you can email myself or admissions to set up an interview. So again, you have a bit more of a one-to-one chat with the tutor, just to, you know, talk through the course, you know, much more depth. Have a look at the campus, obviously, see where the classrooms are, that kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect. Thank you. And lastly, really, to finish it off, is there anything else that you would just generally like to mention, really?
No, I think, you know, we're I suppose that the free Zoom that we're doing on the 16th, that was sort of, you know, the demonstration. So, you know, I know, you know, COVID things are sort of picking up a little bit, but, you know, it's a Zoom, so you can sit at home, have a glass of wine or hot chocolate and watch us. And you can obviously have the materials, have a go, you know, so it's sort of a good way to get into, you know, those practical element of it all.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess if somebody's not sure if it's the route that they technically want to go down, a free webinar is probably a really good opportunity for them to kind of see if that world is for them, in a sense.
Yeah, and you know, you can ask questions as well. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's where the little workshops are good as well. You know, even like the 10-week ones, they give you a really good taster, you know, if it is something you want to do full time. Because so because it's, you know, floristry is lovely and you get to work with lovely materials, but it is hard work. So, you know, I think once people come and have a go, then they quickly realise that as well.
I mean, I've seen it firsthand when you've designed things, when we've been at external events, and I mean, I wouldn't even know where to begin, Ronnie. So what you do is absolutely amazing. It always turns out so beautiful as well. So that's always really nice.
Yes, but that's the, like, the basic skills of, you know, your level 2 and then moving on to your level 3. It just, you can then adapt those in so many ways to do so many different things. So it's yeah, it's an important course.
Definitely. And just before you go, I must say, I love the background. Love the
Yeah.
background. It's amazing.
So again, something else that's much more current, you know, bringing the dried flowers back, you know, we work with those a lot.
Yeah, brilliant. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Ronnie. It's been absolutely amazing. And if anybody's got questions for Ronnie afterwards, that's not a problem. You can just drop us a DM and I'm sure Ronnie will be absolutely happy to answer those. Thank you so much, Ronnie, and take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. So, I hope everybody has got a lovely little bit of insight to the floristry courses that we offer here at Hadlow. One of the big things, I think, like Ronnie mentioned, is coming along to the open days. If you have a passion or you have kind of an idea of where you want to go down the path, the route that you want to take in the floristry industry, I think definitely come into the open days and just having a look around and seeing the facilities that we have on offer, speaking directly to tutors and just getting a real feel for college life is a benefit for your making that application. If any of you do obviously have any questions, like I said, please feel free to DM us or pop them in the comments. What we're going to do now is we're going to invite Hattie on now, one of our ex-students. She's actually coming through on her business page. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's absolutely stunning. So feel free, and let's see if this works. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Have you just been like kind of waiting in the wings until it's shine?
Yeah. Waiting in
But
anticipation.
yeah. So one of the first things, obviously, I'm going to ask you is just a little bit about obviously your college journey, and I think the first question, so everybody can understand, is what did you study whilst you was at Hadlow?
So I did the level 2 technical forestry course, which was the year-long course.
Mhm.
Yeah, level 2.
Level
Yeah.
two. And kind of how did you find that course, or just your college experience in general, really?
I mean, it was great. I had kind of looked around before I started. I'd looked around at sort of what courses to do,
Mhm.
and there are a lot of sort of month-long kind of career courses, which cost about sort of £5,000. And I had heard from a couple of people that the Hadlow course was really well respected,
Right.
and looked more into it. And it just looked like it covered so many bases and just kind of gave a really in-depth look into sort of floristry. And yeah, I was sold. So I applied, I think about a month before it started. And yeah, rest is history.
So, did you actually attend any of the open days or anything like that, or was it
You
just
know
that
what?
word of
I
mouth?
didn't. I just kind of, as I said, I'd heard from. I mean, my mum is a garden designer, and she's heard from a few people that she's worked with that they had done the Hadlow garden design course, and just said it was fantastic. So yeah, that's kind of where I'd heard about it, and I just looked into on the website and just sort of looked at what they offered, and it just seemed perfect, really.
Perfect fit, lovely. That's really lovely to hear. Actually, it's always nice that when you don't get people that come from that apply from an open day, obviously they've had that experience of seeing the facilities, directly speaking to a tutor, asking those questions, and for to actually meet somebody that kind of took a bit of a different route, but it ended up still such a lovely result. That's just brilliant. Really lovely to
Yeah,
hear.
it worked out. So
Yeah, definitely. So obviously you came to the college, you studied your course, and what did you end up doing? Where are you basically now? Your achievements, employment, things like that.
So I'm actually doing a couple of things now, and actually, I will say that one of the best things about the course is that one of the requirements is that you do a day's work experience a week. But that really was the thing that kind of set me up for what I'm doing now, because I started doing work experience for Lucy Mason, who is a florist near me, and we have actually ended up going into business together. And we run Escape to the Cutting Garden, which is a wedding and events. Well, we do flowers for weddings and events, and it's actually going incredibly well. Better than I thought it could have done. We've done I think 5 weddings this year. We did a big installation at Kensington Olympia for the beauty exhibition. We've just yesterday hosted our first wreath workshop,
Yep.
and we've got another one next Thursday, which is completely sold out. So that's going really well. And then through Lucy, my business partner, I also managed to get a job at Lavender Green, which is the florist that does the flowers for all the major sporting events. They do Wimbledon, Ascot, the Oval.
Wow.
Lucy, my business partner, worked on Pippa Middleton's wedding, and then I was also part of the team that won Chelsea in Bloom this year. So yeah, Chelsea in Bloom is it goes sort of hand in hand with the Chelsea Flower Show, where
Oh,
all the shops around Chelsea, sort of, well, not all of the shops, but a lot of the shops around Chelsea decorate their shop fronts. I mean, I don't know if any of your sort of subscribers have seen it, but you'll walk through Chelsea and there'll just be these amazing installations all around. And our installation won, so I was part of the team that won that. So, and
wow.
that's yeah, so that was fantastic. So yeah, it's going really, really well.
Yeah, I mean, since leaving college, you've achieved so much, and I mean, it's not just you getting into that employment, that's an achievement in itself, but to go out and win all these awards and kind of get different contracts with all these companies and things like that, it's you flourished by the sounds of it, which is amazing. Which kind of leads me on to the fact of, do you feel that college has helped you get to where you are now? Do you think that what you learned at college is the maybe a little bit of the reason where you are now?
100%. Like I said earlier, you know, there are a lot of these career courses out there, floristry courses that last only kind of 4 to 6 weeks. What I've learned is from working in the industry now, is that really you need to do something like Hadlow that just is a bit longer, covers more bases, is a bit more traditional, in order to really get that knowledge. You can't just go into a floristry job and just wing it. You need to get the experience. And I think that a combination of, like Ronnie said, they cover customer service, dealing with complaints, they cover gift wrapping, they cover hand ties, foam arrangements, wiring, all this stuff, and they just kind of drill it into you. So that when you do kind of, and also you have that 1 day's work experience, because it's the work experience that's key. You've got to sort of have all these things combined in order to go into a florist and be like, look, I can do these things. It's just been really, really useful. And also it's just a bit more traditional, which it means that you're just kind of, it sets you up for being able to go into any florist and be able to deliver what they want, no matter their style.
Yeah,
you can go do it. Whereas I think there are some courses which are quite niche and quite specific.
Yeah.
And you're going to go into sort of like, say for example, I actually think a Hadlow student went and did some work at Buckingham Palace. You know, if you're doing I know really niche course for 4 weeks, you're not going to be prepared for that. But I think Hadlow really gives you the skills to just kind of go in and be like, look, this is what I can do.
Yeah.
I've experience. So yeah.
It preps you for the big wide world,
100%.
which is amazing. Well, you said some really lovely tips and tricks there, but is there anything else that you would kind of like to mention or end on?
I think the work experience, like, you know, when I started the course, the idea of going into a florist and asking, with no experience, asking for a work experience was really daunting. But it was you know, if you can go out there, and you've just got to be really confident. You've just got to, even if you just fake it till you make it. Because I went into this florist with no experience and I was like, I'm going to be really successful, and just didn't believe it, but I just kind of faked it.
Yeah.
And it sets you up. You just have to believe in yourself and go in there, and you will just be amazed at the opportunities that come up. I have just been gobsmacked at what has happened in a year. And I wasn't the best in the class, you know, I was sort of top of the class, but I just think I kind of was like, right, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try everything, and I'm not going to be scared to fail. It sounds really cliche, but it just really applies. You know, you can't be scared to fail. You've got to be prepared for hard work, because it is hard. But it's amazing. You know, I went from working in an office job in London to playing with flowers every day, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, I bet.
So
worlds apart, but it's brilliant. Completely worlds apart. The outcome's always lovely. Oh, lovely. That's really great. And we've had a few really nice comments here. Somebody said, well, they've added your business page, Escape to the Cutting Garden, so inspiring, exclamation mark. Emma has just said, really cool. So it's just lovely to see that you're also inspiring others, which is amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time out to speak to us. It's been absolutely amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
So we've spoken to Hattie now about her experience. We've also spoken to Ronnie, one of our lecturers, and it's been absolutely amazing. And I hope you guys have enjoyed every minute of it. Just really lastly, the quick last thing that I need to say is if you are interested about a floristry course and this is for you and you've heard something that you think, oh, actually, this could be for me, then please head over to the website now and make that application, and just start your journey with Hadlow College. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you all for the lovely comments. It's been absolutely wonderful, and I hope you have a lovely evening.